Ladies and gentlemen, hello! Welcome to a new type of video. This is the first of my hopefully many concept reviews, and I'll explain what that exactly means in a minute, but I'm in a new window. This is my new stream window setup thing that I will be using when I start streaming on the 7th of March, and you know what, I'm going to give away some stuff on that stream because I don't know, excitement builds up inside like some kind of dramatically emerging alien, and that analogy just failed. Okay, so a concept review. Now, again, this is about me coming to terms with the idea that no matter what I teach you about a particular map, I can say this location is good, I can say do this, do that, but unless you understand the why, the concept, the idea behind why I'm doing those things, you're not going to be able to adapt them very well into your own gameplay. Thus, a concept review. That's exactly what I'm doing here. Jadeg will later be helping me out along with I've forgotten his name. Never mind, we'll learn it later. In any case, we got some help for some examples that will fuel this this exact maneuver on different maps as well, so that'll be helpful. But what have you noticed about this game? Well, we are thin, we are unadorned, we are just plain and simply underwhelming on the North line. 90 line, we've got no forces there apart from myself and Jedek. The enemy have got T10, VK, T30, T95. I could go on, and believe me, I want to. I don't know why I became so sinister with that. So, we know that the enemy are going to attack aggressively down the 9-0 flank, so holding it with just us two is not an option. Now, what we are talking about here, the concept that we're going to go through, is that of a multi-level engagement. And what that means is, instead of putting all your forces and investing them in one area, you maybe put half of them in that area and pull the others back to a safe location where they can get out and then do it again. Now, this is something that I've talked about before, but here we've got a fine example of it. Now, on Ledge, the one thing that you should never, ever, ever do is attack round. Let's use the funny cam, shall we? So, never, ever, 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 ever in the history of the world should you attack from this position, if you win it, out into the open. Here you should go to those houses and push to these hills. I've talked about this before, it's the same on the other side. Do not push around this open land, you can just use this lynch line to enforce your hold down position and your power all the way to an area around here where you can get close to the enemy, you can spot them, and you can close the distance without taking fire, without going over here, getting spotted by whatever's there, and getting killed by flanking fire from there. So, luckily, the enemy evidently don't watch my videos, so this is going to work swimming. Oh my word, T30 farted, who knew? Okay, so, me and Jedek were originally planning to just casually both go hold down. Back there you can see Jedek's gonna hug the position in the bushes to shoot in, but then we decide that we need someone to spot, and so valiantly, and using all my manliness that is mustered in this American Super TD, I am gonna go up. I volunteer to spot. I'm a bit scared of that T71, but I decide I've got to do it. I've not got much time until the enemy flood the North line. I've got to get into that hold down position to bring them all the way round, and I'm starting to take incoming fire. Hello, Mr. 200mm of front armor. Have a speculative shot because I want to load premium and we take incoming fire, but this is a multi-level engagement. So, the objective with winning this game, I'm trying to not get tunnel visioned in my commentary and just talk about what's going on in this game, because I really want to cover it as a concept, as I said. But our objective right now is to lure the enemy out into the open, because as soon as they get there, they get flanking fire from that AMX-30, the 5120 might relocate. We've got RT, 3 RT that are going to be shooting at them all the time, so that's why you're going to see me poking in a minute to get vision up. But you can see what our position is doing to the enemy right now. If they want to attack, I'm out on the side here, so they have to dig me out first. But Jadeg is on the flank right there. Thus, a multi-level engagement, and if we were both here, we would both die. So, I will take you now to an in-depth review of some other situations just like this on some other maps, so you can recognize what exactly is going on here and how you can best use this maneuver to your advantage on other maps as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a lesson in a multi-level engagement. I have here Jadeg and Looney Benson to help me out. There you can see me and my beautiful Chinese light tank with 10 degrees of gun depression and a tree sticking out of my engine deck. So, cool. So, let me set the scene for you, gents. We have valiantly attempted to hold the one line on this map with not many forces, just myself and Looney Bin in our tanks. Now, I know tier 6 light tanks cannot meet tier 10 heavies, just suspend your disbelief. This is a concept analysis. So, Jadeg is playing, if you imagine that Jadeg is 4 enemy tanks, let's say that 4 enemy heavy tanks have come blazing over here, and we are the only ones that stand in their way, just 2 tanks versus 4. Now, we are right here, and for the sake of this argument, Jadeg is going to try and take as much damage while he does this as possible. So, what would happen if we were both in the same position while this guy attacked?
Enemy is hit. Penetration.
And Looney is dead.
Penetration.
And a short while later, I'm dead.
Everyone get out.
And we did 1.5? No, we did 700 damage to the enemy tanks before we both died. And that, considering the Chiefs and Heavies balanced, is about realistic for you getting rushed by 4 tanks, I would think. Depends on the tier, of course, but you saw what happened there. We got rushed in the same position and we died. Now, let's look at what will happen if we use a bit of brain power and we think about turning this into a multi-level engagement. Okay, so exactly the same thing again, gents. We got Looney Bin and Jadeg representing the 4 enemy heavy tanks in his T-57 Heavy. He's attacking down this flank, but this time, I am over here. I've got distance, I'm behind the lay of the land, and yet I can still see the engagement to be influencing it. So, let's play this again and watch how it differs. So, while this engagement goes on, the enemy tank will take more or less the same amount of damage. The enemy tank will gain the same amount of land. The enemy 4 heavies won't come any closer than they would if you were both there. But you will deal the same amount of damage to them. And yet, one of your tanks can live. Which is not what would happen if you were both there. You put out pretty much the same amount of damage, and they fell with the fire, and yet, when I'm ready, I can get out safely, and in a real game situation, I would fall back in this situation, and let's say I have a platoon of 3, 1 platoon mate died up there, we expended 1, and next, we have another platoon mate behind us at this corner, who is ready to do the exact same thing with me. And so instead of us all dying in one place, we let the enemy gain land and we punish them while they do it, while losing the minimum amount of forces that we can. By splitting our forces over distance, we get the same amount of effective firepower, but we lose less. That's the concept of multi-level engagement. And now, let's look at some situations very like this on other maps and see some examples, because that's always useful. Yeah! Oh, Steve, you're so awesome. Alright, gents, welcome to Himmelsdorf, where we are once again being attacked by 4 enemy heavy tanks and trying to hold the flank with 2 forces. We are stupid. This is not how you do it. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong. We're all dead in this position. And they just come at us and we will die pointlessly. Let's look at how this could have been rectified. Alright, now that is looking better. That is multi-level engagement ting right there. And so we still have the same effective shots. And we're still going to put out damage, but we lose half as much. Because this little guy can just peg it off once that engagement is over. And it can continue. I was saying, god damn it, Jadek. Let's look at some other examples. Alright, third and last example. Here we are again in the situation where we are playing technically in our attempts to hold back these 4 enemy heavies. This guy is gonna push, and we are both gonna die in the same position, uselessly. But what else could we have done? This is what we could have done. I'm still in his render distance. I've turned it into a multi-level engagement. I'm going to be able to put out my damage, put out my fire, and get out safely and continue having an influence in the game. Multi-level engagements, they are splendid. And an important part of any good player's gameplay is the idea that you need to keep yourself safe to have any impact in the game. If you're dead, you have no connection. Keep yourself safe, even if it is at the expense of others, but do it for the right reasons. Do it because you're thinking, okay, I need to turn this into a multi-level engagement to outplay this guy so that when he comes into base, not because you're thinking, I want to live. Okay, back to the game. Okay, you're back. Did you learn something? I hope you did. Let's watch the glory unfold, shall we? So, trying to get vision up. I know I've got plenty archie. I'm not too concerned about putting fire out myself at this point, but my god, that's a lot of enemy tanks. And there goes the T-71. Ironically, that was actually all our spotting damage. Which, we'll find out more about my spotting damage later. And Jedeg's just casually cooking the VK. German heavy tanks. So, I am loading premium here. Shame on me, I know. But, oh no! I am being attacked by a vicious Russian heavy tank. Oh, what shall I ever do to contest the reign of this mighty Soviet... No one, never mind. Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you and your 100mm of side armor around these parts. Oh my word, T-34 is interested, but then I catch sight of that T-43, and Jedek BL tends to crap out of the 76mm side armor on the T-30. Hello? How are you? Oh, Mr. T-34. Oh no, he's going to reload. Oh no! Oh! Yes, that is my challenge armor. I'll check this out. Wablano! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you for this award! Oh my... Wablano! I know it was premium, but I can still be satisfied with that. And Jadeg is just, well, I'd like to say he's declaring boredom and yelling like we normally do, but at this point we were just also laughing so much. And saying to each other how much we enjoy being good at this game. And that's not us trying to be arrogant, although I'm sure that we were being arrogant. It was the fact that when we were approaching this flank and we suddenly came to the jaw-dropping realization that actually we got no tanks on this flank, we're completely alone. I just instantly said, there was no hesitation, I just instantly said, okay, Jedek, we need to draw them into line of fire, the flanking fire that we got up here, so you go back there and I'll go, well, I didn't say instantly, but we said, we'll go back here and lure them into the line of fire, let them win the North line, and then we decided that we were going to stop that. Jedek, just us. We need to consolidate fire. Jedek, turn around and get back to this lay of the land here, you know, that ridge line. And I'll stay up here because I have a chunk by these buildings. We're going to consolidate fire from our mediums there and draw them out into the open land here. Throughout this game, it was just so casual, and it made me realise that often it's simple. It really is simple to outplay the enemy team as long as you understand the concept of what's behind it, what is going on, and what your objective is, and hopefully these concept reviews will allow you to do just that, to find out the why, because there's so much content on YouTube about what someone did in this game, but you hardly ever get why. Like, truly, why? What was their objective, and how does that apply to other maps? So, gentlemen, I very much hope that you have found the first of the concept reviews helpful. Let me know what you thought of the box that I'm in right now. Just gonna shoot Jedek. And let me know what you thought of the video as well, and let me know what you thought of my voice crack, because that was manly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Till next time, farewell.
I'm killing Poodle, what the hell? Ah, a Centurion! Oh! Ah! Yeah! There you go, buddy. Have a bat chat. You're welcome. Yeah! Yeah! Don't mind me. Oh no, they killed him. I don't want. Let me apologise while I endure my gruesome death.
I got